The cost of doing business is skyrocketing. Rents are up, wages are soaring, the price of goods and services is through the roof. So the last thing business owners need is to pay for the government's work cover debt through increased premiums. They're outraged that they're expected to pay for someone else's failure.
Sipping coffee out at a cafe is that little treat many of us look forward to. But even that could soon be off the table.
Recently we were at $4.50 and we're now at $4.80 for a medium.
Brendan Hanrahan owns Ballarat's homeground cafe and bakery.
The hot food's about to come out of the big ovens in a minute.
Baking everything out the back, it's been years of blood, sweat and tears building this business, and his bills are going bonkers.
Increased rental, increased cost of goods and an increase in wages.
Debt seems to be Victoria's middle name, and it explains why employers like him are now copping another whack, with work cover premiums exploding.
2 years ago there was $1,600 and I just opened this one this week and it was $2,500, so whoa. Massive jump.
And Brendan speaks for many.
Our premiums have gone up more than 50%.
Our WorkSafe premiums have gone up 59%.
Victorian business owners did get a heads up the hike was coming.
We will not stand by and see this scheme fall over. That means making difficult decisions.
Problem is, they were told to expect an average premium rise of 42%.
One's rang me this morning. They've had a tripling over the last 2 years, and they're asking why.
Tim Piper from the Australian Industry Group.
This is one of those that just is the straw that might break the camel's back.
I want to move. If I could move to another state, I would move.
Amanda Tate runs this hairdressing salon in Melbourne's southeast. Despite shrinking from 7 employees to 1, her business premiums over the last 2 years have gone up from $491 to $765.
That prevents us from employing more staff. So in the long run, that's going to cause more staff problems, people without jobs.
If I'm not a business owner, why should I care about this?
Well, if you're not a business owner, you're still a consumer.
Look, you and I are going to have to pay for it. The consumer's going to have to pay for it because the businesses can't continue to do that. They have been eroding their own margins.
So you go from this glass to that. What's this used for?
This is used in planes, trains, automotive, anything that's making a fiberglass.
Mark Pontill was brought in to save Regina Glass Fibres factory, and he did.
So you've already trimmed all the fat, you've done all that?
I've done all that. We've been there. I've got nothing left to trim.
$30,600 for the year, and how's it changed now?
So now we're looking at $48,713 for the year. So that's a 59% increase.
From this year to last year's WorkSafe bill?
Yes, I am going to lose customers, there's no doubt about it, because I have to put my prices up to survive. You've got wages that have gone up 5 to 6% this year. You've got the superannuation that's gone up 0.5%.
Mark is constantly crunching the numbers to keep the factory open.
And then you've got things like gas. Gas previously, $10,600 for 2 months. Now it's $14,800 for 2 months.
The premiums paid to run Victoria's work cover scheme haven't even come close to covering the cost of payouts. Funds falling short by a whopping $1.1 billion last year. That gap is meant to explain how the government landed on a 42% increase. So why are businesses paying so much more than that?
It just boils of mismanagement and then, it's the employer's problem, we'll just pass it on to them.
Can you think of any reasons why your rise would be more than that 42%?
No, because we're actually in a better position. We're actually 1% lower than the rest of the industry.
The answer as to why it's in excess of 42% could be a number of things. First of all, if your payrolls actually increased, because people were paying less during COVID under some circumstances, or your claims could have increased.
Just like your car insurance premiums depend on the make, model and previous claims, so too does insuring workers. Your industry, staff numbers and claims history all come into play. Victorian businesses now pay an average premium rate of 1.8% of their wages. In New South Wales, 1.6%. Businesses in Queensland pay 1.29%. In South Australia, they pay 1.85% of payroll, and in WA, 1.727%.
The generosity in Queensland is less than in Victoria, so they're probably paying less in general. But you really find it very difficult to compare like with like.
Instead of one big hit, Mark says the government should be recovering the debt with small incremental increases to employers' premiums.
There are other ways of going around increases. 3 years worth of increases, 20% a year, we could handle it a little bit better because it's progressive. How long will this go for? How long can we afford to keep this going?